So the eighth video in our free traffic series is all about video marketing. And really, I might have wanted to put this one a little bit earlier. However, it doesn't matter. This is a strategy that I've used quite a bit and I've studied, and it really works well if you do it right. And video is always growing, always evolving. People love video. It's not going away. So the sooner you embrace it, the better if you want to drive traffic for free. So um, let's talk about how to do video marketing, some of the best practices around it. First thing is you need to be creative when it comes to video marketing. I say here, go for views. Do the things that make videos get shared, and you can put out a video that's pretty plain Jane and doesn't really do anything out of the ordinary. That video, no one is going to talk about that. Everybody's seen videos like this. It could be like I'm talking about, let's say you do a video that just basically explains the products and services that your business offers. It's like a commercial, it's really boring. Think of all the videos you've seen on YouTube that go viral that people talk about. They're usually funny or shocking or controversial or sexy or something like that. And you need to think about how you can tap into that. And it's limited only by your creative imagination. So start thinking about ways that you can use video to creatively market yourself or your product or your blog or whatever it is you're trying to drive free traffic to. Now, in terms of the video content creation itself, it's not just about getting a live video camera and filming things and editing it and making a movie. That's one way of doing it, and you see video bloggers doing this all the time. But you can get really creative in terms of doing screen recording or doing slideshows. Slideshows is a big one, right? You could take, for example, let's say you've done a lot of article marketing, you have a bunch of articles. You could take those articles and put them into some kind of PowerPoint or slideshow presentation where you summarize your points and have yourself or somebody else narrate over top of them to make a video presentation communicating the same message that was in that article, but now distributing it on the internet as video consumable content. There's very little work. You've already written the article. The content has been developed. You're just merging it into a different format for people to consume it by. And you could do this for audio content as well. If you wanted to take an article and make it an audio version, you can extend this to a number of different ways. So slideshows from articles or other written content are a really great way of creating video. You don't have to be an actor and get up on camera if you don't want to. And screen recording, like I'm doing with this series, showing literally getting a software application like Camtasia, or I use something called ScreenFlow. There's free ones as well, like the Jing Project, Jing, where you can literally record yourself doing things on your desktop. This works really well for technical presentations, technical videos, how-tos. I've seen people get really creative and make them funny. If you have a good personality, you could literally show demos of your desktop and make it really cool and really interactive and fun and the kind of thing that people want to share. So don't limit yourself in your mind to thinking that video just has to be you on camera. It certainly doesn't. The next thing you want to do is think about keywords that you can label your videos. So when you're titling videos, I'm going to mainly talk about YouTube here. YouTube is one of the biggest sites on the internet. I think it's the third or fourth largest site online. It's also the second biggest search engine after Google search engine. When you do a search, go online right now to Google and search for something. A lot of the time the results coming back are from YouTube. So how can you maximize that as a marketer, somebody trying to generate traffic? And so you need to think about that. And if you create videos, if we go back to the example I used for my the reasons for quitting your job, I could create a video called "Reasons for Quitting a Job," and maybe it's just like this. It's a slideshow with me talking about that article that I wrote. But I could title it "Reasons for Quitting a Job," and now I have my blog post, which is ranking for that keyword, and a YouTube video that I also own ranking for that keyword as well. So I'm giving myself the opportunity to rank in Google for a specific keyword using a number of different strategies: a video, a blog post, and if I took some of the earlier strategies, I could take that article that I wrote as a blog post, publish it to a PDF, and share it on a document sharing website. There's another opportunity for it to be found. So I'm kind of going all over the map here, but you get the idea. Titling videos is just as important as titling blog posts, as articles, or anything else. And the same thing goes for tags. What I recommend you do when you put tags on your videos, go and look at some of the other popular videos that already exist in your particular niche. So what I would do is go and look for some quit your job related type of videos, ones with a fairly high number of view counts, and I might have to do quite a bit of searching to find the good ones. And then I go and look at the tags that those video marketers used to archive and to store their videos, because I want to piggyback on the same tags. So don't just make the tags up out of thin air. Study what other successful video marketers are doing and tap into those tags, because they will help. And make sure you tag your videos. It's a really important piece. If you're competing in a video or in a space of videos that doesn't have a lot of competition, there aren't a lot of videos with tags, then you might find yourself right at the top of a YouTube search when you didn't even expect it, if you have a good title and good tags. The other thing is, this is a basic one, but I still see people making the mistake, is adding your URL to the video and the link within your description. So I'm going to show a demo, but in YouTube, there's a description of each video right below the video when people watch it. And the very first thing you should be putting in that description is the site you're trying to promote, http://URL, and put it in there so that as people are watching, if they're interested, they can click your link and see what it is you're promoting. And the first point there, adding your URL to the video, you can either use video editing software so that your URL runs throughout the entire video along the bottom. So you could say something like, this video brought to you by quityourjobmanual.com, or you can use the built-in annotations with YouTube to make that appear so people at least see it, and you're subliminally, if you want to say that, passing them the URL that you want to promote, as well as making it linkable. So all of these things contribute to you promoting your stuff, but again, piggybacking on the fact that you're publishing an interesting or noteworthy or newsworthy or entertaining video here. Then what you can do is, once the video is live on YouTube, you can submit that video to social sites. So kind of like we did with blog posts, you can send it to Twitter, put it on StumbleUpon, you can dig the video, Facebook it, whatever. All these different opportunities you have to share the video. The same way you did with blog posts or articles, do it with videos as well, because it just helps the viewership rise, and that will help you a lot. Having said that, you also want to submit your video to other video hosting websites. I mean, it's not something I always do personally, but it doesn't hurt. If you're going to take the time to do this, search for all the other big video sharing sites like Dailymotion and Vidler and so on. Put your videos up on those websites so that they also have a chance to be found by those people that like to use those sites. Although YouTube is by far the big player here, and so if you just did YouTube, you'd probably be fine as well. When I'm talking about YouTube specifically, you can submit a video as a response to another video. And this is a really interesting strategy that, again, I don't see a lot of people using. It doesn't always work, but it's certainly worth an attempt. And I'll demo this for you, but basically the way it works is, if you see a video that's pretty related to what you do and it has a huge viewership, there's a lot of people watching this and commenting on it, and you want to produce a video that's a response, or that mocks it, or that contributes to that video in some way, shape, or form, then what you can do is create the video and then submit it as a response to that original video creator. And if they approve it, what happens is, on that really popular video, your video that you created shows up as a related video just below that. And a lot of times people of the busy video will go and click on the related videos to see what those videos are all about, and so you might pick up some traffic just by those people that are checking out what all these related ones are about. So that is an overview of how to do video marketing. Let me show you an example of how to put it into practice using some of the videos I have for the Quit Your Job Manual. In the demo, I want to show you a few different things. One is, I had some very basic videos made up using, I talked earlier about Fiverr.com. Well, there was a service on Fiverr. For $5, I had 3 different concept videos made up for the Quit Your Job Manual. And the videos, I mean, they're nothing special. It's something anybody could do. But again, for $5, why not? It's video content that I can publish. So let me just show you one of them here. I won't play the audio, but here's a good example here. Let's go to the full YouTube view so you can see it. So you can see there the video is just like a slideshow. It's a creative piece of artwork, and they've just put in some music in the background and so on. Now, what I wanted to point out, first of all, in my slide, I talked about using your keywords in your title. So I had here, for those quitting a job, this is your manual. So I wanted to have the words quitting a job in as a keyword in my title. So that was one of them. I actually have two other videos, and I'll show you the titles I use for those as well. And then if you go down below the video, the description, look right here, description is quityourjobmanual.com and then the rest of it. You always want to make the link the very first thing, because if you look at the preview there, you only see the first line. So if you put your link below the first line, then somebody watching this video can't click it. They can't get to this link that you're trying to promote. So make it really easy. If you have a good video, make it easy for them to click on the thing that you're trying to promote. And then if you look at the tags I used, quitting, job, entrepreneur, business, freedom. I actually didn't, I wasn't able to find too many really popular videos, so I just came up with my own tags. There's one here about entrepreneurs moonlighting, don't quit your day job, that has 21,000 views. I might want to look at something like that, but that's not really the crowd I'm going after. I'm looking for something a little different. So, you might want to play it by ear. Let's actually do a live example here. Let's say that you are trying to promote a let's say that it's a Doberman dog training video. Okay, so we've got a bunch here: dog training, how to train a Doberman Pinscher. Obviously there's going to be tons and tons of results. Let's just take this first one here. This guy has 52,000 views. That's a pretty good number. And I don't want to let it start. So this guy's a marketer. Obviously, he's got his everything set up there. Although you can see here, he doesn't have a link in his description. He's missing out on the opportunity to get it there. He's got it too low down here. So I'm glad I showed this, because this guy's missing the opportunity. He really should be moving that right to the top, so that people don't have to hit this down arrow to click on his website. Now, if you look at the tags that he used, he's got Doberman, Pinscher, training, dogs, problems, and so on. So what I would do if I was coming out with my own Doberman dog training video, I would literally just swipe all of these tags, and then I would use the keyword tool like I did earlier in this video series to find a good title that I want to title this blog post after, or this video after. So keyword rich title, keyword rich tags, and a link to my promoted site at the very top of my description, and that puts a combination together of a really good video that you can then market on YouTube and other video sharing websites. Okay, so going back to that video I originally showed you, which is my the videos I had made up for the Quit Your Job manual, I'm actually going to go right back to my channel, and I'll show you there's actually 3 videos here for those quitting a job, quit job dash the manual, quitting your job, the quit your job manual. But you can see I was obviously going for keyword rich titles and tags here. So one thing I was missing, and I left this out kind of on purpose for this demo, is that as you watch these videos, let me pick the third one here. As you watch this, I'll just let it start up. As you go through, you'll see that the URL is not actually printed here on the screen. The word escapes me right now, but watermark, that's it. It's not watermarked onto the screen. The only time you actually see in the video the website I'm trying to promote is right at the end here, and it's still buffering. There it is. See, it says visit now, quityourjobmanual.com. In some cases, not always, but in most cases, I recommend you actually have it along in your video for a certain period of time while the video is playing. So brought to you by quityourjobmanual.com, or this is by quityourjobmanual.com. So you have a couple of options. One is to use your video editing software so that it's actually in the video the entire time, or you can use YouTube tools to do that as well. So if I go to my my video manager here in YouTube, you can see all the different videos I've uploaded. Let's just go to the first one on the list, for those quitting a job, and we're going to edit it. And I'll make this a little bigger. So here, I can edit it to add annotations. And it's going to start up the video again. So annotations are your way of actually putting things on the site. You can also do captions and subtitles as well. So there's lots of different things you can do. In this case, I want to put the quityourjobmanual.com. there we go. I want to put quityourjobmanual.com and kind of watermark it right onto the video at the beginning. So if I click the little plus side here, it's going to add an annotation. And I'm going to do a speech bubble. Now, unfortunately, YouTube doesn't let you link to an external URL. You can link to other videos, but not to an external URL. So I'm going to put quityourjobmanual.com. Maybe I'll actually say brought to you by. And you can make it wider so it goes, I don't have to actually go word wrapping there. So that's nice and big. And then I'll just make it so it appears right at the top left as the video fires up, and then here's the length that that annotation can run. So I'll just extend it out a little bit longer, and then we'll test it out here. Okay, so for now that's good. I've got the annotation in there, and all I need to do at this point is republish that back to YouTube with the annotation in. And it did not confirm it, so let me just publish it. There we go, it's published. And if I go back, obviously, to my channel, my videos, let's actually play this one in YouTube and make sure it works. So there you go, you can see it running. I'm promoting my URL in the video. I have the URL promoted here. And the next thing I want to do is actually show you how to create a new video using the strategy I talked about earlier. Taking an article, translating it into a slideshow, turning it into a video, and promoting that to YouTube. So we'll do that next. Here's the blog post I wrote for reasons for quitting a job. So I'm optimizing, or I'm trying to get organic traffic in Google for that keyword. And as I mentioned earlier, let's create a video with the exact same title and give ourselves 2 pieces of content on the net with that title and hence that keyword as well. I mean, the more you do this, the better chance you have of getting people looking at your content, and your content you can brand with your links, and that's exactly what we want to do here. So I'm literally going to do this on the fly, so there might be a little bit of stopping and going here, but just bear with me. I'm going to literally show you how you can do this, and don't overthink it. If you already have the article written, then create your video as quickly as you can. So here is, I'll just quickly show you the article. There's an intro paragraph, and I talk about the wrong reasons for quitting your job, the right reasons for quitting your job, and then a summary. So intro, wrong reasons, right reasons, summary. I can basically break that into 4 slides, and then take those slides, narrate them, and pump it out to an MOV file, upload it to YouTube, and I've got my video content. So let's do that. So I've got Keynote, which is it's the Mac equivalent of PowerPoint. So we'll just use a really plain white background, and we'll call the video reasons. What's it actually called? Reasons for quitting a job. And just make it a little smaller so it fits on one line. By www.quityourjobmanual.com. Okay, so we're branding it there, which is always a good thing to do. We'll add a new slide and the introduction. So, I hate my job, really wish I could quit. Have you ever heard somebody say that before? This is a topic that comes up a lot, and blah blah blah. Okay, so I'll just do an introduction here with the I hate my job. And instead of putting text, let's just put an image. So what I do for that is I usually go to sxc.hu, sxc.hu. It's basically free stock photos that you can download and use in your presentations and your documents. And we are going, what are we going for here? I hate my job. So let's get somebody who's kind of maybe mad or depressed. Let's say depressed. So That guy doesn't look like he hates his job too much. Let's see if we can find somebody that doesn't like their job. Well, let's go with that one. Keep it quick as possible. And what you do is you can just simply download the image. There is, you want to read these, but there is, used this site a lot, there's a license. So just make sure that the license says that you can in fact use the image on your own content, which I can here. And you can see it gives you a really huge version of it. So I'm going to copy it and then simply paste that in to my presentation and then resize it so I can actually see the title. I hate my job, and in my article I say, I hate my job and I really wish I could quit. Have you ever heard somebody say that before? It seems to be a topic that comes up a lot for me as a coach. And with the release of my product, I seem to be getting more and more questions about the whole idea. So I can launch that. So that's enough. I can just kind of say that when I narrate this video and then dive into what I actually want to do here is, I'll move this up a little, put this guy off to the side, and then a quick text box saying there's the right reasons and there are wrong reasons. And what I want to do is bring those in as I click. So I'll just put a build-in effect here. I want it to appear when I click it and appear when I click it. And this needs to be when let's just test the slide to make sure it works. Boom, boom. Okay, so that slide's working. So then we'll do another slide, the wrong reasons. And what do I say in my article? The wrong reasons are bad boss, bad colleagues, bad schedule. Bad boss, bad colleagues, bad schedule, in general, complaints. And the whole point I'm making here is that if you're complaining about your job and complaining about your boss, then you're the problem. You're just complaining. You're not making the best of the situation. And if you continue with that mindset and you go get a new job, you're still going to see all these problems. So that's not a good reason to quit your job. So then I use that to dovetail into the right reasons. So right reasons. What do I say in the article? If the job is holding you back from your passion or not living a fulfilled life, or if it makes you go against your values, so holding you back from your passion, holding you back from your passion, go against your values, or going against your values, reaching a mental state where you know that meaningful work is more important than security, seniority, experience, and so on. Mental state of freedom. And then my summary is basically that, can you see the difference? The bottom line is, if you're considering quitting your job simply to escape your problems, you're going to be hurting yourself. But if you're doing it to embrace possibility, then you're doing it for the right reasons. So I can make my final slide. Can you see the difference? Don't quit to escape. Quit to embrace possibility. And then I'll just say something. Actually, let me add a slide with an image of my product in there. So I'll insert, actually have the image here. So I'll put the image in there, make sure it's centered. And what I want to do is go back, and throughout this presentation, I'm going to drop a little text box along the bottom promoting the site, quityourjobmanual.com. And let's see here. Make sure that actually is linkable. Let's try that again. We'll center it, and I'll make it stand out a little more with a darker color. And then what I can do is put that on every slide. Okay. And now I can literally just record this using the recorder. PowerPoint comes with a recorder, Keynote comes with a recorder, so all you gotta do is record it. So let's do that right now. File, record slideshow. Clear your throat, of course. Reasons for quitting a job. My name's Justin Popovich. I'm the creator of a product called Quit Your Job Manual, and you can find it at quityourjobmanual.com. And the stuff I talk about in my manual is very much geared towards this presentation today. So let's dive right in and I can talk to you about it. Have you ever said to yourself or heard somebody say, I hate my job, I really wish I could quit, really wish I could just get out of this situation and life would be better. I would be more relaxed, I'd be happier, I'd have an opportunity to explore my options. Well, I think this is true for a lot of people, and it was true for me, but what I realize is that now that I've been talking to a lot of people, that there are right reasons to quit your job, and there are wrong reasons to quit your job. And I want to address both of these areas today. Because if you're in this position right now, you want to ask yourself this question: do I have the right reasons to quit, or the reasons I want to quit somewhat detrimental to me and actually might hurt me in the long run? And let's get into those topics right now. So let's first talk about the wrong reasons. If you're the kind of person who is complaining about a bad boss, or complaining about colleagues that gossip about you or give you a hard time, or they just generally stress you out, or the noise in the office is unbearable, or people don't pull their weight and ends up coming down on your shoulders, or your schedule stinks, you have to work on weekends and you have to work on evenings and you're always working beyond times that you can handle. These are, in general, these are complaints. These are things that you have an opportunity to adjust your attitude about and do something about in a lot of cases, but you're not. Instead, you're just focusing on what's wrong. You're focusing on the complaints, and you're basically giving your power away to change the situation or to handle the situation better. You're giving that power away to something else or someone else. And what I've found is that that's a really bad mentality to be in. And I've met people, I've coached people, I've dealt with people who were in a job like that and they hated it, so they planned their escape. They sent in their letter of resignation after they found something else, and they went to this new job with with all kinds of opportunity in their eyes. And a couple months later, at the latest, they're complaining about the exact same things. And the truth of the matter is, the environment is not going to change. You're going to work with some people who are great. You're going to work with some people who aren't so great, who are disrespectful, and who really get under your skin. And that is never going to go away, no matter what you're doing. It's going to happen at your job. It's going to happen in life. It's going to happen in general. It's you that has to change. You have to look yourself in the mirror and grow yourself to be a bigger person that can handle these things. But if you're not there and you're just quitting to escape, then you're quitting your job for the wrong reasons. Now, if you're on the flip side of the coin, let's talk about the right reasons to do it. The right reasons to quit your job is when you have a mental state of mind that says, this job's holding me back. I'm so passionate about this other thing, and here I am stuck spending 5 days a week or 6 days a week or sometimes even more doing this other thing, trading the days of my life away for this other thing just to pay my bills, or just to do it because it's what I've always done, or because I have seniority there, or whatever. If you realize that this job is actually preventing you from experiencing and expressing a passion, then that's a really good state of mind to be in, because you're more motivated and you're driven with purpose. If you're in a job where you're going against your values, and I always think of a salesperson who's selling something that they don't even believe in, but they're just selling it because they have nothing else to do, or they just don't know what else to do with their life, or they're stuck. I feel for people in that situation, but I also understand that if you're selling something and it goes against your values because you don't actually believe people should be buying what you're selling, it's a good time to really look at getting out of what you're doing and finding an escape route and doing something different that's going to be more in line with who you are and what you believe in. Also, if you've reached a mental state where the freedom of doing something that's totally within your control, that you're totally passionate about, and to make that decision from a position of power, saying, I need to do this for my life. If you're there and you're prepared to quit a job because it's something you have to do for your life to be happier, that's a very good reason to quit your job. And I think that if you're there, then you have everything it takes to make it work. So, do you see the difference here? Do you see how, you know, when you do it for the wrong reasons, you're escaping. You're trying to you're quitting a job to escape problems that are just going to creep back and find you again. Whereas when you're in a mental state of being where you something you have to do for your life, for your happiness, for your own success and inner peace, this is your chance to quit a job so that you can embrace possibility for your life. Two totally different states of mind, two totally different states of being. And if this describes you and where you're at, and especially for those of you that are entrepreneurial minded, I really want to encourage you to check out the Quit Your Job Manual. This is a program I created. It's a manual plus a video series and an audio series that talks to people just like you, where you have a job or you're doing something that's off purpose for you, and you want to figure out what your passion is and transition that into a business, into something that you can do for your life and for your own legacy. And if that's you, then I highly recommend you take a look at this program. Thanks very much for watching this video. This is Justin Popovich. I'll talk to you again soon. Okay, so that should have recorded, and what I can do now is go to, let's see here, I should be able to export that. Actually, just before I do that, let's play it back to see how it sounded. Have you ever said to yourself or heard somebody say, I hate my job, I really wish I could quit, I really wish I could just get out of this situation and life would be better? Okay, I don't know if it picked up the beginning of my recording there, so because I'm recording this for you, I don't want to go through all the technical details. You get the idea. I'm going to go behind the scenes, export this video, and get it up on YouTube, and then come back and show you the final steps. So here you can see I've uploaded my video to YouTube. I'm not going to show how to do that. Once you have a YouTube channel, you just click the upload button and follow the steps. It's really straightforward. But it's uploaded. It's going to be live in a moment. I just did it, so it's still rendering. I just wanted to quickly point out the title, Reasons for Quitting a Job, the exact keyword that I named my blog post. I'm also naming my video. Again, that's the keyword I'm going after with a specific initiative. My description has a direct link to the URL. Oops, so just make sure that that's in there. As for tags, what I was thinking of doing here is let's open up another YouTube window and pick tags that are doing well for other videos right now that are kind of related. So let's go over here. It's still loading. Okay, and let's search for small business. Maybe small business ideas if it doesn't work. I'm going to try to pick one with quite a few number of views. Google Apps and Small Business, Becoming a Successful Entrepreneur. That has 7,000 views. I'd like to go with something a little bit higher. Let's see if we can find something with at least 50,000 views or 25,000 views. Go to the second page here. So let's just go with this one. Where was it? Small Business Tips. It's got 8,000 views. Not the greatest example, but I won't let the video play. I just want to look at what tags this person is using. So video, help, information. Some of these things I don't want because it's his name. Let's grab them all and then I'll delete them. The ones that aren't relevant. So that one's not relevant. I'll leave geeks. You never know. A geek might want this stuff. I'm considered a geek sometimes. Business succeed. Business fail. I like all these. And it saves me having to come up with all of them on my own, although there's nothing wrong with coming up with your own tags too. You just got to think about the stuff that people might search for. I'm just going after this guy's traffic too. Gadgets would not really apply here, so I'll get rid of that one. Get rid of all those except stars there. Okay, and so there's quite a few tags. And all I need to do is save the changes. Now that gets saved, and I can actually go, let's test to make sure this video worked. It might still be rendering, so we'll just give it a second here. What happens with YouTube is the video gets uploaded, but then quality is really low while it renders. So if you haven't done this before, don't worry if the video looks really crappy at first. Mine's not even launching, so it's not ready to go yet. But you get the idea. And just before I end this video, I want to show you something cool. If I search YouTube now for reasons for quitting a job, you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the fifth result is my new video, and that's literally just posted. It's been 29 minutes now since I actually posted it with all the behind the scenes work I'm doing here, but still, within 30 minutes I'm within YouTube search engine for reasons for quitting a job, and soon enough that video will be indexed in Google, and it will give me another opportunity to be indexed and to be found and promote my website through that keyword. So it's another great example of using that long tail keyword to my advantage. So having said that, let's close off this video, and I'll see you in the next one.